The video for March 29th, 2017 is titled, "You Shall Know Them by Their Fruits." From an early age, I began reading the Bible, which I was taught was the Word of God. As I've shared many times, I explored spiritual matters as far back as my teenage years. I reached a very different conclusion than that which I was taught. If it is true that we can know a person's character by the actions they take and the things they teach, then I conclude that the Old Testament's so-called God is the devil. Why? Any God that would command that we suspend human pity and slay even mothers and children is a tyrant, not a loving God. Yet that is what I find in the Bible. It is used for the justification of the modern nation of Israel, believing that God gave that land to them, giving them the right to displace, treat cruelly, and even kill Palestinians. Even non-Ashkenazi Jews know better. But most fundamentalist Christians ignore the facts and support the atrocities of these fake Jews, which are, in fact, the synagogue of Satan we were warned about in the New Testament. They infest the US and Israel, and likely Western Europe too. This is a difficult subject for me because I know even among the Ashkenazi Jews, there are good and decent people that want to do the right thing. But I also know that there are tyrants, and not all tyrants are Ashkenazi Jews or fake Jews, but they do seem to control the monetary system of the world, which is the system of enslavement. And that's a horrific thing and we have reaped as humans horrible, not benefits, the opposite of benefits, the disasters and calamities. We have reaped the negative influence of these beasts that have infiltrated so-called Western governments. And that's why I talk about the hope of the world is in the East, not the West. It's in Russia and China. And I know people say how the Chinese have been infiltrated, and I believe they have been infiltrated again by these same robber barons that have stolen human rights and stolen human value and used it for their own nefarious purposes. And it's been going on for a long, long time. It's not just in our modern generation, but because of the internet, because people are waking up to many things that we didn't even think about in prior generations, because the internet brings it to our fingertips and makes it easily available. I mean, the spying mechanism that they invented to know what we were thinking, and they use it against us. But at the same time, it works both ways. It's a two-way street. And our awakening empowers us and ultimately, I hope, will disempower them. So I'm not against even the Ashkenazi Jews. I'm not against anyone. I'm for truth. I'm for justice for all. I'm for peace. And mostly, I'm for learning how to love even enemies, to transform them, not to allow them to continue to dominate us, but to love them so that they can be changed and see the light and come into a peaceful and loving camp. How that's going to happen, I don't know. It's, to me, again, it's up to God. It's up to the Creator to bring creation into a sense of balance and harmony and undo all of the calamities that have arisen as a result of not taking charge, of not interference. That this non-interference thing is insane. I mean, I know how Anastasia raised her children, her son rather, and it was by observation, and that's how her grandfather and great-grandfather raised her, and it came out good. But yet, we would consider it in our culture an atrocity to allow little children to be on their own and take care of themselves, Anastasia's situation notwithstanding. It would be child abuse to allow that to happen. Anastasia's situation, again, was different because she was connected, and our children are not connected. They know only what we've told them. And look at the fruits, look at the outcome of our ignorance. And it is our ignorance. Yes, it's been instilled. Yes, it's been brought to us and taught to us even. But it's ignorance. We are ignorant. We don't know the facts. We don't know the truth. And how can we be free if we don't know who we are? If we don't know how we got here? If we don't know that love is the answer? If we don't know that, and it doesn't appear that love is the answer because we don't know what love is. We've not seen it demonstrated. We've not seen it manifest in our lives. And so it's hard for us to understand that love is a quality whereby an individual wants not only the best for themselves, but the best for everyone else, because they realize if we all cannot enjoy it, none of us can really be free. None of us can enjoy it. It's a blanket that goes over the whole mass and covers us in a cloud, as it were, of deception. And we've been deceived. And I'm not against fundamentalist Christians. I'm not against Ashkenazi Jews. I'm not even against the devil. But I want to see the world that I've envisioned since I was a kid, and that vision grew throughout my early life, throughout my formative years, as they say. And I don't want to give up that vision. If I give up that vision, I don't feel I have a reason and a purpose for even being alive. And in fact, I don't want to even exist or be alive if there's no justice in the world, because there can't be peace without justice. There can't be. And so these people that have become barbarians with ties and suits and Hollywood faces, these people need to be transformed or taken out where they can see and receive the just recompense for their deeds and their actions, because they have been horrific. Folks, these are pedophilias. These are child murderers, and they murder everybody. I mean, they're trying to eliminate the dark races, the Africans, and they were working on eliminating the Asians and everybody that was non-Caucasian, which is insane. The Caucasians have been some of the worst terrorists, if not the worst terrorists, in the history of the planet. So it doesn't make sense to me, and I'm not racist. I don't believe any race is superior to any other race. We're the human race, not Caucasian, Asian, not any of the other things, black, Negro, whatever. We are humans. It's time to let our humanity be transformed into a loving humanity, into a gracious humanity, into a truthful humanity, instead of the lies and the deception that we've had to put up with all of our existence. Anyway, thank you for listening, and namaste.